Hi there, I'm Nancy.
And I'm Cheryl, and welcome to Conversations with Nancy and Cheryl in Hourglass Workshops. We recently received a question from one of our clients that they asked us, where did Hourglass come from? So I thought we'd take a brief opportunity today and chat a little bit about Hourglass and how we came to that name.
And why Hourglass.
And why Hourglass, yeah. And it was Nancy's idea, so why don't you chat about it a little bit?
This is the Hourglass, and I actually received this from a good friend of mine when I was 21 years old. And I've had it in my home for all these years. And when my marriage was ending, I was beginning a business, I was perimenopausal, we were going through a separation of our finances and all. It was a very stressful time, and I happened to be just mindlessly staring at my etagere where my hourglass was, and it dawned on me that the hourglass is a symbol of the transitions in our lives. If you look at the hourglass, and I was looking at it, I thought, you start off in the early time of your life, and like the grain of sand, up at the top, it's not squeezed or anything, and it moves down, getting more and more constricted as it meets the squeeze point. So as you go on in life, stresses and everything, more pressures, and there comes a point in your life where there's a transition point. Mm-hmm. And I was at that in my life. And I realized that it's a time where that sand passes through that point alone. You do not have anyone else to lean on to make the difficult decisions in your life. But once you get through that, what we call the squeeze point, life opens up again. And you have a second half. And I realized working with my patients that it wasn't just me going through it.
Yeah, and do you think that when you hit that squeeze point and it starts to open up, more opportunities and choices avail themselves as well?
And completely different ones.
Yeah, completely different.
Yes. And so I kind of started with that concept, and then when I met Cheryl, we talked about it, and she was at a different transition point in her life. I'll let you.
Yeah, and I was going through a squeeze point as well. My children were raised and had moved on. I just got into I'd been divorced for many years and just recently remarried, and my career was shifting, and I was moving out of a long-term career, and I was going through that squeeze point where everything was changing, and and sometimes you feel like the hourglass is flipping upside down, mm-hmm. and it's just very tumultuous, and you go through that, and then things start opening up, settling out, and you move forward again.
And life looks completely different. The second half of my life is looking completely different. Mm-hmm. And I think we used to talk about empty nests, which you don't hear much anymore, mm-hmm. but you do hear a lot about midlife transition, midlife crisis, and basically I think nobody escapes it. Everybody goes through it in one way or another. Yes. And
at different times.
Yeah.
I was talking with someone the other day, and she was 38, went through an early menopause, and got a divorce, and just her whole life she went through that same point. Mm-hmm. And it may not be just the one time in our lives, we may go through it more than once, but we certainly all go through it.
So what we decided was that this was a wonderful vehicle mm-hmm. to start something that we thought was important, a community for women, to allow, because sometimes people feel very disenfranchised. Mm-hmm. And so this is an opportunity for you to realize that you are not the only one going through it. It mm-hmm. is normal. Yeah. And somehow just by knowing that makes it better.
Yes, it does. It does.
And knowing that there is a light at the end of the tunnel.
Yes.
And there is.
Yep. So check out our website, some of the videos that we've done, some of the events that we have scheduled. Join our community and learn more. And you aren't alone, whether you're just going through that squeeze point or you've been wandering around for a bit with choices. So until next time. Bye now.
Bye.